Imagine a Hollywood gala where A-list stars aren't just celebrating their fame, they're rallying for real change, shining a light on everyday heroes and the urgent crises shaking our society. It's inspiring, empowering, and a stark reminder of the power women hold to uplift communities. But here's where it gets controversial. When celebrities use their platforms to challenge government policies, does it truly drive action, or is it just performative? Dive in to discover how this event turned accolades into activism. At Variety's Power of Women LA event, held at the prestigious Beverly Hills Hotel on Wednesday evening, a constellation of star power gathered to honor trailblazing women in media and entertainment. Presented by Lifetime and hosted by the witty comedian Iliza Shlesinger, the night spotlighted the achievements of 5 remarkable honorees: Kate Hudson, Sydney Sweeney, Wanda Sykes, Nicole Scherzinger, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Yet as the evening unfolded, the focus extended far beyond the red carpet, weaving in stories of resilience from industries outside showbiz. These women use their moments in the spotlight to advocate for causes that affect us all. From healthcare hurdles to social justice battles, the event kicked off with sharp, humorous remarks from Iliza Shlesinger, setting a lively tone. Variety's co-editors-in-chief, Cynthia Littleton and Ramin Sedogay, who recently stepped into new roles as co-president alongside publisher Daya Lawrence, shared insights, alongside outgoing publisher Michelle Sobrino Stearns, who reflected on the year's milestones. The first honoree, Kate Hudson, was introduced by her close friend, actress Octavia Spencer. Hudson, a mother of 3, shared a heartfelt message about the innate power in children, especially her 7-year-old daughter, Roni. She spoke of how kids like Roni embody fearlessness and imagination, but too often, systemic barriers prevent them from reaching their full potential. Hudson emphasized that those in the entertainment world have a unique opportunity to use storytelling to foster empathy, making people feel seen and reminding them they're not alone. We work in a business that gives us opportunity to reflect these truths through storytelling, she said, urging that the real work continues off camera through practical actions that prioritize human connections over applause. It's a powerful call to action that reminds us true impact comes from consistent, purposeful efforts. And this is the part most people miss, how personal stories can bridge Hollywood glamour with everyday struggles. Next, Sydney Sweeney took the stage, introduced by the iconic Sharon Stone. Sweeney drew parallels between her own experiences and those of boxing champion Christy Martin, whom she's portraying in the upcoming film Christy. "I'm not a fighter in the ring, but I recognize something of myself in Christy," Sweeney explained, describing the sting of being underestimated and the drive to prove oneself. She highlighted that personal strength often manifests quietly through perseverance and self-reclamation. This portrayal taught her that surviving adversity isn't an endpoint. It's a launch pad for rewriting one's narrative. For beginners exploring themes of empowerment, think of it like this. Just as athletes train relentlessly to overcome physical challenges, we all face internal battles that build resilience, turning setbacks into stepping stones. The evening also featured Olympic gymnast Ali Raceman, who received the Variety Courage Award, presented by Purina. Introduced by her teammate Jordan Childs, Raceman addressed the silent suffering in abusive relationships, stressing the importance of voices being heard and bodies being respected. She reflected on those who feel trapped, without safe havens, and the millions enduring such pain. Her words serve as a gentle yet urgent reminder that courage involves speaking up for oneself and others, even when it's terrifying, much like how gymnasts must master balance and strength under pressure. Wanda Sykes, introduced by Jane Fonda, used her acceptance speech to tackle a hot-button issue, the potential expiration of SNAP benefits. That's the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, a government aid for low-income families amid a government shutdown. She argued that when women succeed, entire communities flourish, boosting everyone around them. Sykes pointed out the irony. that while men might celebrate wins with personal perks, women's victories create broader positive ripples. She called for initiatives inspired by art that address real-world problems, warning that cutting SNAP would devastate single mothers. This sparked debate. Is it fair to tie social programs to political standoffs, potentially leaving vulnerable families in the lurch? Sykes' stance invites us to ponder whether celebrity advocacy can pressure policymakers or if deeper systemic reforms are needed. Eva Longoria presented Nicole Scherzinger, who highlighted her involvement with the Special Olympics. Scherzinger recounted performing at ceremonies alongside athletes whose determination inspires awe, showing how they expand possibilities for all. She defined true power as using influence to elevate others, not just for personal gain. True power is shared and ignites others, she said, a principle that echoes in everyday life, like mentoring someone to chase their dreams. Fostering a chain of encouragement. Closing the night with an emotional crescendo, Jamie Lee Curtis, introduced by Suzanne Yankovic, quoted a kitchen tile that encapsulates her philosophy. To live is to learn is to know, to grow is to give is to live. But she swiftly pivoted to a pressing concern, supporting Children's Hospital Los Angeles and the threats from ICE raids. Curtis praised the women behind the hospital's operations, nurses, specialists, doctors, and patient families, as embodiments of female strength. She decried funding cuts and how fear of immigration enforcement deters families from seeking care, potentially endangering lives. People are afraid to go to the hospital because they're afraid they're going to be picked up by ICE agents, she warned. This raises a controversial point. In an era of heightened immigration debates, how do we balance national security with compassionate health care? Is it ethical to let policy fears overshadow medical needs, or should advocacy push for reforms that protect the innocent? But here's where it gets controversial. When stars like Curtis link celebrity platforms to political critiques on immigration and social programs, are they genuinely advocating for change or risking oversimplification of complex issues? It's a debate worth having. Overall, the event wasn't just a celebration. It was a call to action, proving that influence extends beyond the screen. What do you think? Do you agree that women's power in Hollywood can drive real-world change? Or is it more about good intentions than lasting impact? Is challenging policies like ICE practices or SNAP cuts effective? Or should focus shift elsewhere? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss.